Hello there, it's me, Sari, here again. And today I'm here with a DT bundle, a design team bundle for Aall and Create. I was really excited when they asked me if I would like to be a part of their guest design team. Of course I had to say yes. Who can resist working with this kind of wonderful stamps and stencils and everything? I haven't looked at these yet, so I'm opening it up with you. This is really exciting, I must say. Let's see what I have here. So I thought I'd just browse through these and perhaps chat a little bit about this and that. Let's see what my mind, in which direction it gets me going. So here we have a stencil, 6x6 inches wood pile, and I just love the texture and pattern of this. And when it comes to stencils and everything, I use them in two different ways. First of all, I can just use them as a mask or so, just to get some ink or color around the pattern itself. And depending on what kind of ink I've used, I could actually spray some water on top and use it as a stamp, because I'm just making the sort of negative version, or just making use of this negative pattern, and I love this pattern really, really much. And here we have the stencil. It looks really fantabulous to work with. Here I have something else. It's another stencil. It's called Bouquet, and I can see myself using, if I can get my hands on some really small blending brushes or something, just to get into those crevices. Or I could just start by, or perhaps I could just color this one in with some various inks and finish things off with a really thin lined black pen, just to give these sort of a contour. And look at that, sweet as a rose. And it could be a really clean and simple card with that method, couldn't it? Here is something wonderful. I mean, I'm a globetrotter, at least I used to be. I love to travel and I love to see new things and new places. This one is called Paris, and they also have the word Stockholm there, Berlin, Madrid and everything else. And there's the Eiffel Tower and a couple of hearts. It's a really useful stencil, I believe. And here is something else, Geometric Grid. And this is just a nice filler stencil, I think. Really lovely pattern there. And I love this one, Broken Circles, number 67. This is the same thing as I was talking about with this one. I love to color it in as it is, but then I want to make use of the leftover ink and just turn it over and just have a stamping out of it. Here is something that is called Diamond Life, and it's a lovely diamond pattern. I haven't seen this kind of pattern before. Here are some steam cogs. I love steampunk and cogwheels and everything, so I think I'll have some fun with this one. And look at this one, Parched Earth. Now that's something, it's a mouthful, isn't it? Parched Earth. And I'll have to think about what to do with this one. So I'm going to dive into the stamps now. My goodness. Oh, I wasn't, because this is a stencil. Oh, this is a nice one. Because I can see myself perhaps putting these layered on top of each other. At least two of them in various colors. So this one could be nice. And just to create a lovely, colorful background with that. There's another stencil here. Lots of dots. There's lots of dots there. That's a nice name for that. And I suppose this one could be in a bigger size as well, because I would really love to have that one in those big circles. This is really nice. So now it seems like I'm going to dive into those stamps. And this is something that I loved seeing Tracy Evans make a card out of. I mean, she makes really nice looking cards and everything. So Flourishing Vase 213 it's called. And I love the simple, or the easiness of the drawing of these flowers and everything. And I also love the type and the quotes that go with it. And this is my kind of humor, I must say. Just look at that dog with that sort of ballet skirt on top. Dog attitude. And then the text, don't even ask. But there are some nice characters here. If I turn it over, perhaps you can see it better. Really nice looking stamps, I must say. So I like to use these. And I'm thinking that perhaps I could even make a frame out of these, because they are sort of perfect as they are. And just to put a photo underneath. I'm hoping I'll be able to show you what I mean later on. eclectic stems, and I do like this stamp set, and especially my eyes tend to draw to that one. I'm not sure why, but I like this sort of irregularity of these. I also love these lollipop flowers, so it's a really nice stamp set with a lot of nice text quotes as well. And this is something that I've been longing to get my hands on, really. Look at that. It's a wonderful extra stamp there. There are nice texts, and this one could be really fun to colour in just as it is. And there are some nice texts to go with it, and there's a lovely cogwheel and flowers and everything. So this is a nice stamp set, I must say. And this is one of my favorites, XXX, and it has got some really wonderful texture stamps here. If I turn it over, I love this frame. And then you can stamp these separately, can't you? And I love all of the small bits and pieces here as well. So it's a really nice and useful stamp set, I must say. And look at this. I think I've seen someone making something out of this. And I'm sometimes into masking. Although I might set myself into a hassle there with those small bits and pieces here. And I'm not sure how to manage masking these. Perhaps I could go for some masking fluid this time. I haven't used that before, but I think that in these slim parts it's really a nice thing to use some masking fluid, I suppose. And I love that cute single mouse there, really nice. And this, I did see Olga making a fantabulous mixed media painting, and she just boldly stamped these kind of flower border stamps around the frame, and I was absolutely amazed by it, and I really loved it. So I thought I'd have to copy her somehow with this method as well. And this one is called 162 Bouquet Border, and there's a text there, happiness blooms from within. A really nice stamp set, I must say. And this is also one of my favorites, Gears and Elements, because I love steampunk, you see. And I love the grunginess and the texture of this, because I can see myself using parts of this stamp. I really like to do that when I'm doing some collage stamping. And then I have two things more to show you, and this one. Have you seen this one before? If not, take a good look, because I love everything about it. Some really wonderful flower stamps and cogwheel combinations and text stamps. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this one. It's a home run, if I want to say so. So I love these flower stamps, and I can see myself perhaps making a frame out of these, or perhaps a corner frame, sort of. And just look at those cogwheels. Really wonderful. And the texts. Really, really wonderful. And then the final one. Here's a big mama of a stencil. It's called Sunflower Power, and this is a really nice one, I must say. So I'm really excited about getting started working with these, and just keep your fingers crossed and wish me luck when I'm starting to create something with these. And I'll be posting these on Facebook and social media places, and even on my blog and everything, so I'm hoping you'll get by to have a look-see later on. Bye bye.